Well, Dowse, thanks for joining me after the game. A point apiece. Are you happy with that overall?
Yeah, of course. I've just got to steady down a bit. First half very good in control. Second half didn't come out with traps. Thought them two give our two centre halves a terrible time, to be honest. I really did. Cookie Eye's worst game. Looked all over the shop. When we get it, we didn't. It's like if a back four aren't doing their job, which you didn't do, to be honest. And we keep giving the ball away cheaply, and we keep giving it away, and we put Dwayne on. There's a bit more power there because here we're going to have their turn. It's one of them where it just goes through the team, and all of a sudden, from being in control in the first half to being under caution in the second, you're thinking, where's that come from? Because I felt complete in control in the first half. But Dwayne's cost me, referee's cost me, I believe, very heavily. Like, the referee never got out the 18-yard box, centre circle, never got out there. And he said Dwayne said something which I'll find out, but the amount of swearing I heard at the referee during the game, the mind boggles, really does. So I can't believe he's done that, to be honest, So, well, there you go. And we're going down to 10 men, and then one with big ones off. His cost were, and we put Wazza on to win a ball in the box. We've never done it. I'm not saying it was Wazza's man, but we haven't defended the first one or the second. So when you don't defend like that, but I thought Cookie and Kinder had problems all day, me personally, and Nathan, to be honest. I thought them three didn't do that well, to tell you the truth, and I thought we had problems. And a simple header away, a simple clearance away, and all that. I didn't think it dealt with that at all, to be honest. So I'm disappointed in them.
And yet again, it was a game of two halves, wasn't it? It must be disappointing as a manager that you haven't really quite got that consistency, because last week against Billericay you did have that, didn't you? And yet today, second half, way off the pace really, not winning first and second balls.
Yeah. Oh no, it often happens in this league. I think you'll probably play well 4 or 5 times in the season. That's what you do. Even at a pro level, you play well 4 or 5, maybe go 6 or 7. So it is when you're on top, but you do get your goals there, and that's the thing we haven't quite done. So we're not going to play well all the time, and we've just got to get on with it, to be honest. And we're still top of the league, aren't we?
Yeah, you are. And good to see Greg Lure getting on the score sheet today. He's a player who's got a good touch, but he's looked a little short of confidence.
So hopefully I'll give him confidence a world of good. And we need to score. Like, we can't keep relying on Max Krasma all the time. We can't do that. And blinking Wheeler's got a score there in the first half, and I had a good touch in the balls, but not just get it and hit the target, and things like that. So that's the way I look at it. And you found out with a few. It was also a hard place to come here. All it is, and in the second half, when you're all against it, you do find out the characters, and you do find out the ones who want to limp off and come off and got a kick here, and it's so there, and you do find out about it, because as you see by yourself, we've got 4 lads sitting in our dugout who would be probably starters who were injured. But you've got other lads who want to sort of come off because they're injured. I'm thinking, just get on with it, just play. So really, with Lua coming off because he said he's struggling breathing, and Wheeler coming off because he said he got a kick or whatever, and limping about, you're thinking, does anybody want to play? So that's it. So 6 people in the dugout there. So somewhere along the line, we've got to have a look at the whole structure. Why we've got all these little niggly injuries which aren't worth a light, to be honest. Just play, So but there you go.
Anyway, good to see Wassman coming on and making his first appearance.
Yep. There's but he came on to keep a clean sheet, to be honest, and that's what he's got to do. So and he'll be disappointed not so much himself, but organising that we can't do that, because Cookie and Kinder never said a word all day. I was looking at it a couple of times, just can't tell people where to go and what to do, and Wazza does that well, but we never dealt with the goal, to be honest. And the one coming in the box 2 minutes later, and it's blinking chest high, and Bertie's punched it. Get a hold of the thing, like that's what he's there for, So that's what disappoints me, to be honest. Defenders, why can't I not just be defenders? That's all I want to be.
And second half, though, the goal almost felt inevitable, didn't it? Because they had wave after wave after attack.
The long throw comes in, the free kicks come in, we give fouls away, we give throw-ins away. But if we don't defend well and we let them pin, we're back. And when we did get the ball, we didn't pass it well to get we forward further. We didn't win seconds at all. So it just shows you what our team's like. If you're on the front foot all the time, we'll win matches. If we don't, these teams put you away. And but yeah, it's a decent result, isn't it? I think everybody says a decent result. You probably go in there and there'll be a few of this, that, it's a decent result away from home. So I think we've got to get a thing, because some people are saying, oh well, we haven't quite done this 2 halves like you're saying, we haven't quite done this. We must have been pretty good last season. I'm blinking neck if that was the case, crazy. So got to get used to life in the Concord South, and the players are doing very well, and so hopefully we can get back to winning ways next week and kick it on from there. Yeah,
I suppose the disappointment is conceding so late, really, particularly as they had a couple of really good opportunities early on in the second half with Wall and Midson, and didn't take them. You then thinking maybe it is our day after all.
Yeah, you do. But then again, I just thought we were sloppy all round, to tell you the truth. So there you go.
And next up, it's Dulwich Hamlet, who are obviously new to this league. What do you make of them?
Very good passing side. He's got some good players. Obviously, you've got a decent budget down there. I went in for one or two of their players I couldn't get in the summer, so it'll be a good game. He plays things the right way. He does. You try to pass it, you try to move it, and they'll adjust the life in this league. Some people do easier than others, and I'm sure it's going to be a tough game, but it'll be a good fluent game of football because that's how their sides play. And a good management team, to be honest.
Lovely. Thank you very much for
Pleasure.
your time.
Okay,
Thanks,
bye.